Yeah, what I thought was I might go High Elf, because it is the land of the High Elves. And all I can't... this is the Summerset beta for Elder Scrolls Online. And it adds the Summerset Isle and it's new quests. I don't think there are any new races or character classes. But I always like to jump in and see what's new and what's been going on. I think that looks okay for an appearance. I think there are going to be character wipes, so names don't really matter that much at this stage. I mean, the music is fantastic in this game. What more can you say? It's amazing. Ever yet. Actually, Evernap. And I might go Dragon Knight and Body. Like I say, there's no point spending too much time on this stuff. Some character wipes, face, that's all okay. Let's just create this character. Don't want to script the tutorial. There's a new tutorial for the Summerset Isles, so let's do that. But I ran through it earlier, and something I really appreciate. It's short. We get it over. We get to the new island, the actual new stuff that counts quickly, because those I think the original tutorial was just a little bit too long and felt disconnected. In my mind, anyway.
My name is Oriandra. I'll help you get out of this place. You aren't frozen. You just think you are.
So we're in some... Yeah.
You just need to remember how.
I know I've played several computer games in the past. I think you see on the screen there it says Napyet, my character name. I think this is because it's a beta and you want to know who's filming. There is an NDA in place at the moment, so I can't follow. I think I can show pretty much everything except the main quest line, and that is fair enough.
Now go beyond the door. You need to see for yourself before I tell you more.
Yeah, just interested to see what they've done and what's different. Quite strange, isn't it? Like I sorted out my keybinds last time on my other character, but it doesn't persist across characters. That would be really welcome. Obviously, I thought I was being well prepared, but
you've been imprisoned in this mind trap.
Never mind.
Called Keturah. Its magic is powerful, but you're stronger than you know. It may appear beautiful, but it's an illusion. A trap designed to control you. Keturah won't tolerate your resistance much longer.
A very pretty area. We always end up in the realm of some god or other at the beginning of ESO, it seems. Trapped in an alternate dimension.
Defend yourself. In the mind trap, memories can kill you.
Really? This is a memory of mine, is it? It's dead now.
Another one.
What about
Defend
you?
yourself and strike back.
Blockcha.
A magic user. Interrupt the spell and retaliate.
From what I remember, you know,
with every memory that returns, your resistance grows stronger.
Now
follow me.
I always feel like the feel of the combat in ESO is quite good at the start, and then as you get more and more skills, I feel like your connection to the character kind of goes away a little bit. I don't know if they've done anything to the combat, but when you get all your spells and all your big casty stuff, but the actual feel of whacking things with the sword is quite good for an MMO. So can I actually take... I can take that shield. I kind of like the idea of having a big chopper as as a high elf, you're kind of an elven, skilled elven warrior. That would be cool. An elven dragon knight. Wallet. I'm going to see if I can interrupt him again. I mean, nothing's going to really hurt you in the tutorial, is it? I've got a reward. I'm not going to, you know, you go up levels so fast. I'll wait a couple of levels before I do any leveling. Let's get out of here. Restoration staff. Now remember, the idea of mixing the skills up was kind of nice in this game. So restoration staff may be useful. It might be useful to just run around here a little bit and see what armor and stuff we can get. It seems like there's quite a bit here. Let's just have a sabatons. We can sell them. Yeah, I'm interested to see Summerset. I have to admit that Morrowind wasn't actually appealing to me in terms of bringing me back to the game. Interrupt? Shit. Double tap to dodge. I don't like the double tap. I'm going to change that. Ah, God. What's in the backpack? See if we can get anything. Oops. I'm dead. I'm dead. Decent damage. Revive here. I don't see why I wouldn't. Let's just put all the armor on and stuff. Just picked up. Oh yeah, he looks awesome. That's great. Oh. Cool character. Yeah, Morrowind didn't really bring me back to the game. I kind of, from my point of view, kind of seen Morrowind. And the idea of seeing it in the past is kind of nice in a way, but it's like, actually it doesn't make much sense because most of it is going to look like the game because that's what people want to see, which is not actually realistic. It's like, you think about towns in the real world, they don't look anything like the other, you know, other towns 500 years hence or whatever. I'm just gonna do a little bit of control scheme rejigging here. So I like to have that on my roll dodge on that. Other important things to me are my sheath. I always like to take care of my sheath ability. Synergy is going to be on, we'll put it on control because I'm going to use something else for crouch. That's going to be on C. And weapon swap is cancel. Camera. I want the first person and third person toggle. Ah, where is that? There it is. You know, because some stuff is just better when you're in first person, some stuff is better in third person. Auto run is going to be on. Middle mouse. And run walk toggle can be on R because we don't use R to reload in this game. I think that will do. Is that another player? Looks like another player. Hello. Fresh fish, fresh fish. Well, it's a lovely spring evening here in the UK, so nice evening to be just playing a game, streaming a game. I actually have the window open because it gets a bit hot this time of year. So. Whoop. I'm running. I'm legging it out of here. Can I? Maybe I can't leave when I'm in combat. Yeah, that's much better. The roll. Who has time to double tap? And I got some biscuits this time in case my stomach starts rumbling again when I'm streaming. That's no good. Yargry Nightmare. You are a nightmare from my most disturbing dreams. But I'll summon all my strength and kill you easily. Oh, shit.
Now destroy the pearl and wake up.
Any loot? Abyssal necklace. Let's see what that does. I'm going to equip all this stuff, there's no reason not to. I can make an Argonian basket. Just what I've always wanted. Oh, I've also got a hammer. It just appears out of nowhere. Carry it everywhere with me in case of assault by dirty Argonians. Can always happen. Come out, they go, hammer.
Easy now. You did well.
Thank you, Oriandra. What's your story then?
It gladdens my heart to see you awake and free, my friend. You're the first to respond to my help and escape from that entity's grasp.
Thanks for helping me, but who are you exactly?
I am Oriandra, and I wear the cloak of the Sijic Order. I came to Summerset
Heard
at
of
the
you
behest
lot.
of our Right Master when I sensed a dark and powerful mind magic emanating from this area. When I noticed your predicament, I knew I had to intercede.
You are right to do so. If I can ever repay you for your help, let me know.
Take a moment to rest, but once you've shaken off any residual effects of the spell, I might require your assistance. And take this. I assume it belongs to you. It was near your unconscious body when I found you.
Forgotten Adventures? Strongbox. Lovely.
I must return to the Eldbur ruins to the north and aid the others caught in Katora's mine trap. If you find yourself in the area, you might be able to assist me. Stay safe, and remember, you have a friend in the Sijic Order.
Could you tell me more about the mine trap before you go? Oh, goodbye. Right, we are leveling up. We're level 3. Skill line gained, soul magic. Need to soul trap those guys. To Summerset. Here we go. This is it. This is it.
Let the cat fight those monsters. I'm getting out of here.
Calibar. Hello, sir.
The island sprung a leak. Run! First, the Queen issues a decree that changes the status of Summerset from an isolated paradise into a tourist attraction. Now monsters, sea creatures. I've never seen anything like them. Well, I say let the cat fight them. Better him than me.
Yes, indeed. Monsters, cat, slow down and tell me what
Suddenly
happened.
the ground opened, spewing water and strange creatures. They attacked us. Luckily, one of the newcomers, a Khajiit, leaped in and drove them back. Called himself Razum Dar. He could probably use some help if you're so inclined.
Go talk to Razum Dar then. Okay, so the Queen's Decree is the main quest line for the expansion, and I'm not allowed to show anything beyond the first quest of that, so I'm going to pretty much ignore that. I had a look where it is. It's actually not far away, so that's the main quest. So we shall ignore that and maybe deselect it. Well, when we get the chance to track something else, we'll track something else. But obviously don't want too many spoilers. The DLC isn't even out yet. Expansion, whatever. That's Razumdar. So I don't know. I know kind of the bare bones about Summerset, but I've always liked the idea of the High Elves and the mystery of them being on an island, a magical island off somewhere. It reminds me of one of my favourite fantasy universes before they screwed it up, the Warhammer original fantasy universe. And that's more of a draw for me than the Morrowind expansion was. As I say, Morrowind being quite familiar. It's already a great game. Kind of seen Morrowind. This looks great. Love the architecture. And I want to go down to the seashore here. It definitely just has that high elf feel that you would hope for. White sandy beaches. And an exquisite architecture. It's great. Just go down to the seashore. Seems to be so he's blowing off. Don't go in the red circle when the coral crabs blow off. Got anything? Let me loot you. To go and have a look in the city. Oh, little boats here. Great. Just fishing. Are you an NPC or a human? You're an NPC, I think. Nuriel Andalin has been doing some grinding in this game, it looks like. Okay, let's go down to the seashore. Look at this. This looks great. Lovely graphics. And what better place to look at your skills than in the seashore? I won't spend too long on the skills because, like I say, I don't think too much has changed, really, in terms of skills. Spend skill points to gain new abilities. Skill points, yeah, I'll grab those. Crown fortifying meal. Crown fortifying meal, increase health. To buy until pickup. Okay, and future rewards. Okay, so you get some armor, it looks like, as you go up levels. Where are we at this stage? Level... Have I got everything? I think I have. Oh, that's just tantalizing me with what comes next. I have 2 attribute points. Let's put those into... I don't know what's right for Dragon Knight, really. Depends what skills I get, I guess. Lava Whip. Lash an enemy with flame. Spiked armor. Release your dragon to gain major resolve. Stone fist. Slam an enemy with a solid rock. Well, I kind of like something that's a little bit... that suits a kind of a high elf character. So, molten weapons, insidious shield, petrify, ash cloud... Spiked armor. Dark talons. Call for talons from the ground. Dragon leap. Launch yourself at an enemy. Wow, that sounds good. That's my ultimate ability. But it's gonna be a long while before I get that. And earthen heart. Let's go for draconic power. Or maybe I could just go for my two-handed. armor, world, soul magic. What does soul? Soul trap. Well, that seems kind of important for me to have soul trap at some point, but I've got access to it, so I won't do that now. Let's just go for draconic power. We'll get our spiked armor, unlock. Okay. Added to my ability bar. I have 2 more skill points. Ashen enemy, searing strike, fiery breath, fiery grip. Shall I go for lava whip? Got to use anyway. I've got to use some stuff. Slam an enemy. Let's grab all these. Doesn't matter too much. I know I want to mess around with my quick slots. My quick slots, look. My inventory somewhere. Oh, I've got my little pet that I got from the pre-order bonus. I want my thump on number 1, my armor on number 3. That's that. Oh yeah. And I need to do this as well. Let's just go for health and stamina for now. I'll just do everything evenly. I would say we're exploring the... should be exploring the expansion, not so much the skills and whatnot. Be nice to have a horse, maybe 5 months from now if I play it 5 hours a night. So I don't know what level. I know next to nothing. Basically, I got an email saying you've been invited to the beta. You've got beta access if you want it. And I thought, well, I might as well. There's lots of people here. We can show it off and see if anyone's interested. Apparently, the Warden was incredibly powerful, added with the Morrowind expansion. Why are my ranks going up just for wandering around? Maybe you get exploration XP? Hello, doggy. Yeah, so the stealing system, I've not got into it. I think I've stolen one thing, but there's a whole bounty system, and it was one of the things that people felt was really missing from the game initially. Good to see it's here now. The game has definitely improved in many, many ways since its release. And these expansions are great. I mean, several times I've thought about it might be nice to just go through the game and travel from one end of, well, beyond, you know, Tamriel and all its lands and see some of the places that have not been in an Elder Scrolls game since the early days of things like Arena. So, let's see if anything else is indicated that we might be able to visit. I'm obviously most. Look at this, there's someone hanging their washing out across there. How do they get... Oh, maybe it isn't washing, it's just banners. You're going to put banners up, you'd have better banners than that, I guess. So, probably not washing. Or banners. Rags. What's wrong with these high elves? They're not giving a good impression. Okay, something... We've got 2 map markers now. I don't know what they are pointing me towards. This guy.
Next time I'm in the field, I think I'll bring a great warhammer.
You a fighter?
Welcome to our hall. Are you familiar with the guild?
The guild?
The Fighters Guild. You should consider joining up. We have a new guild master and a new singular purpose. Why don't we talk for a moment?
Sounds good. Chat.
Excellent. I know we'll all be drawing blades together soon enough. Now, what can I tell you?
Mentioned a singular purpose, sir.
Right. Our new guildmaster is an Argonian, sees all colors. She has us all hunting down the Daedra and their damned anchors. You might have seen them. Enormous chains, plagues of Daedra boil out to lay waste to the countryside.
Yeah, I fought one of them.
Fights.
What do I get in return, eh?
Ha! There's a good question.
Yeah.
We train our members in special techniques, and the higher-ups are always looking for motivated members to help with special projects. You never know, you might be the next Yofnir.
I'm definitely ready to
Then let me be the first
join up.
officially welcome.
Skill line, the Fighters Guild. Nice. Skills. Arm yourself with Meridia's Sacred Sword and dispense her retribution. Silver bolts fire Dawnguard Vampire Hunter's crossbow bolt to strike an enemy. It's a mix of everything here. Brand the Earth. Oh, there's a lot of stuff to get into. Ah, I love the guar. What they call guar. Just hoovering up quests at the moment. So I didn't get a quest from that guy, from the Fighters Guild guy. Just double check there's not something I missed there. I just have to kill the anchors when they appear.
Ah, it's my comrade in arms. Welcome back to the...
Yeah, seems like I don't. I mean, the Sigic Order was mentioned in the email as being another major quest line that you can do. Besides the main one, so maybe that is something that we could do, and that will show us off the island and whatnot.
The technique. Welcome. Are you here on May?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Let's talk about it. What can I do?
We're book hunters.
What do I get in
We
return?
provide training in unique spells and abilities only. Excellent. You are now.
I'm a member of the Mages Guild also. Maybe there was some additional dialogue that I should have asked for from the lady near the spawn point. So let's just go and see if that's the case. Ow! From what I played recently, the free-to-play model of the game doesn't seem too egregious. It seems okay. So just wonder if I missed something here. I don't know where the Sigic Order kind of quest line starts, so the cash shop is there and whatnot, and you can buy the usual stuff, but I think you can pretty much play the game without spending anything. So Why not? I think at this stage it's kind of it's an MMO, and it's one of the few AAA MMOs out there. I think it's thriving. I think it's fair to say it's thriving in terms of MMO player base these days. But I think the question is whether you want to dive into an MMO, and that's not so straightforward a question for me anymore. I used to be. Like, I would try every new
Seeking
MMO.
a sip of fine Russefeld Red? Headed to the famed Russefeld Winery, traveler? Well then, it seems I'm not the only one who'll be disappointed today. Old Hallimorian's been offed by those wood elves. Won't be any wine tasting for a while, I'd wager.
You mean there's been a murder?
Just what I
Murder!
heard from one of the bailiffs. Apparently, some daffy Bosmer called the Ghost of the Green did it, but no one knows for sure. The investigation's hit a snag. Something about the rule of three. Superstitious nonsense, if you ask me.
Rule of three?
Indeed. Until they find a suitable third investigator, the Juris Reeves and Revelators are left to sit on their hands. Nonsense. Why not go lend them a hand? They'll likely just tell you to go jump into the sea, but it can't hurt to ask.
I could definitely do that. Help Lorne unmask a mysterious killer from her past. That is what I'm going to do, because that takes us away from the main quest line, Old Wounds. Let's follow that one. This is in that direction. Gives us an objective and a reason to travel the world a little bit and have a look around. So there was a little bit of dialogue at the beginning that was talking about Queen has made some kind of decree that means loads of people are travelling to Summerset for some reason. I wonder if that factors into the main quests. Maybe they need help with something? Something's going wrong? All speculation. Rusefeld. Obviously, the elves will be having a winery here because they're all drunkards. It is known. It is known of the High Elves. They think they're amazing because they're all pissed, and then they sober up and they look in the mirror and they realise, ugh, we are ugly as hell. I wonder where they think, yeah, because they've done away with that for ESO, haven't they? They're actually quite attractive in this game.
Again? It's not just superstition, Soraville. We need outside perspective.
So, what? We just randomly recruit the next adventurer that passes by?
Hi! They all look at you at the same time.
Step back, if you please. There's a murder investigation underway. Unless you have something to contribute, in that case, talk to Tarnamir.
Okay, I will talk to Tarnamir. Tarnamir, what's happened here?
And just like that, Auriel provides. Greetings, Caraval. I am Chief Juris Reeve Tarnamir of the Divine Prosecution. Or at least I was, in the long ago. I know this is unorthodox, but perhaps you'd be interested in helping us.
Well, I mean, I was just out picking onions, but okay, what's going on?
As you can see, a murder took place here. My protégés, Lorne and Soraville, came to investigate, but I fear they may lack perspective. The particulars of this murder... Forgive me, I'm getting ahead of myself. They need fresh eyes. Yours, I believe.
What would I have to do? Oh, shit!
I thank the divines that you've agreed to help. This murder weighs heavy on all of us. The victim, Hallimorian, was not well liked. Many locals may lift a glass to his passing. But the assassin, the Ghost of the Green, that's altogether different.
I'm deliberately trying to let the dialogue play out, because one of the things I find in MMOs is just you're overwhelmed with quests at the beginning and kind of skipping through them so fast. So I want to actually understand this quest. Who is this Ghost of the Green?
Better to ask Lorne about it. Capturing the ghost was her obsession for a time. The fact that he's returned does not sit well with her. I can say no more. I don't want to prejudice your impressions. The admin should bring a fresh perspective.
Say no more. Okay, say no more. Can you tell me about Lorne and Somerville?
They're the most gifted investigators I've ever trained.
Yet they need me to do their
Somerville has
job.
Keen eyes and solid instincts when it comes to reading people. Good at finding pressure points, you know? As for Lorne, she has a mind like a dwarven puzzle box.
Yeah. Sort of labyrinthian and slightly mental. Sends you slightly mental. I'm a mind like a puzzle box.
For Lorne, logic is an art. She's clinical in her sensibilities, precise. Many of us have come to rely on magical inquiry to solve crimes. She relies on her wits and intuition instead. Of course, this case presents unique challenges.
What do you mean, unique challenger?
Lorne and Somerville drifted apart shortly after they caught the original Ghost of the Green.
You realise they're right there.
Matter, not my
Keep your
story
voice
to tell.
down.
Suffice it to say, this case cuts deep, and Lorne seems distracted. I hope you can help her keep her wits.
So well written, and I just wish so many of the MMO mechanics surrounding this stuff didn't boil down to get through this quest as quickly as possible. And I suppose in order to level your character and achieve, and I suppose the only way to combat that really is just to say to yourself, that's not what I'm doing. I'm going to take my time, but you know, I'm thinking there, this guy and his two students, they have a backstory and everything, but you know that once this quest is over, they'll never factor again in anything you do. It's kind of weird like that, MMO questing. But let's see, like, you know, writing is a part of...
As I said, was the Chief Inquisitor for the Divine Prosecution's Hindelatus Wing, the division charged with solving adoctrinal crimes. Forgive me, it's a mouthful for newcomers, I know. I retired here to Russefeld a few decades ago.
It just seems like a little outhouse to the main city. Is this a village? So you're not actually in charge?
Well, I own the land, so in some ways I have even greater authority than I did as Chief Inquisitor. I still enjoy a bit of clout, too.
Okay, I am aware at this stage that I need to actually do something. So let's talk to these two.
So you'll be joining us. Good. Call me Lorne. No need for flowery titles. We Altmer have too many names already.
Fair enough.
I'm glad you're here. Outsiders often make the best adminins. A fresh pair of eyes will be essential here.
Why is that especially important?
It's a long and depressing story. One I'm not keen to recount. For now, just know that whoever murdered Halimorian took great pains to make it look like the work of the Ghost of the Green. A killer that Somerville and I apprehended decades ago.
What about this murder reminds you of the Ghost of the Green?
The ghost always left a signature to let us know it was him. He killed each victim with a single wood elf arrow to the heart, then laid a fern over the body. The fern is here, but the shot was sloppy, and the arrow is of high elven make. It's odd.
What do you need me to do?
I need to examine the body in more detail. Can you do a sweep of the vineyard? If you find anything, blow this whistle. It also might be worth questioning people in town. They'll be more forthcoming with an outsider.
Yeah, sure. What about you? Have you got any input?
You have your instructions, yes? I can't imagine any of them involve talking to me.
What can you tell me about Lorne?
There was a time when I could tell you practically everything. We worked together for years, but, well, not every partnership is eternal. Just know that she's brilliant.
What's your role here?
I am a Revelator Naganwe, a Death Seer. I use magic to solve murders. It's one of the essential roles in an investigative quorum. Of course, magic often falls short when my fellow Revelators and I can't... She prefers wit to mysticism. All high...
Okay, so he uses magic, she uses wits, and they don't like each other. Fair enough. Babblebrook. Oh, what a...
Ah, you come to battle with Babblebrook. When came the killers? I had a look.
Is this Cyrano? This is another one of these classic Elder Scrolls annoying characters. Killers, you killers? You mean killer?
Babblebrook knows what Babblebrook sings. Why can't you make sense of things? A ghost did bring the vintner's end, but even wraiths can have a friend. Don't you see? Death comes in twos. Friends and killers both win and lose. Killers and killed are two. It's true. So near, the source of fear.
Well, I think we've heard quite enough from you, my friend. Sanity is an important commodity. I wish to hold on to what little I have remaining. Talk.
It really is too bad about Halamorian. I told him he shouldn't be so free with his politics. It's a different climate now, after all. You have to watch what you say around people. On the upside, it's good to be rid of a rival vintner.
He was a business rival. I guess that makes you suspecting the murder.
Oh, darling, you're a bit late to the party if that's why you're here. I already submitted my statement to the Revelators, and my alibi is thrice confirmed.
Look at this armor. That's amazing. I want some of that.
I'm still here is to find one of my servant girls. Yes, a charming young wood elf named Farrell. I only recently brought her on. She used to work for the late Halamorian, but there was some kind of incident. I don't know the details. According to my other servant girl, she often came back here to visit the friends she left behind. She'd attend Bosma suppers, midday revels in the grape fields, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I encourage my girls to take time for themselves, within reason.
If I see her, I'll let you know.
Aren't you a cherry blossom? That would be lovely. Take care, Karen.
Keep walking. Anthala, what? This little div. Haven't you got big muscles? Are you a clever boy standing there so strong? You look so strong.
What do you want? The Revelators already questioned me and cut me loose. I just want to be here if something exciting happens.
Well, stand like that and something exciting eventually will. You'll be approached by
the Ghost of the Green has returned.
Quite unsavoury characters.
Champion. Of course it's exciting. These longlegs thought they executed him years ago, but now he's back, ready to dole out Deepwood justice. New around here, eh? Halamorian was a sap-ass dandy, slapping wood elves with one hand and groping them with the other. The Ghost of the Green just did what the prosecution wouldn't.
He's like the wood elf. He sounds like the wood elf equivalent of Robin Hood. So Halamorian treated wood elves poorly. You think that's why he was murdered?
Murdered? No. Executed. Executed by a righteous hand. Just have a look around, outsider. I'll bet my horns you'll find evidence of misdeeds.
I bet I will. So, the last thing she said to do was to check out the vineyards, I think. Evidence? Let's search the fields for evidence of drunken high elf revelry. Oh, I found a triangle pointing at a body. Use whistle. Oh yeah, nice. They animate the hand.
Another body.
Look at this guy.
Delightful.
Oh, aren't you lovely? You're cute.
Dear. Blood on her hands and blouse. But no slashing wounds. This doesn't fit the pattern. The ghost always kills with a bow. This was spur of the moment. Unexpected. Maybe she fought back.
Why do you insist on puzzling these things over like an femme? You know the death memory ritual. It's a simple...
Enough, Soraville. You know that's forbidden. Admin, look around and see if you can find the source of this blood.
I'm the admin. I wondered who she was talking to then. It's the name that they're giving me. I'm going to change my thing because I think my screen looks a little bit too orange. It doesn't really matter, does it? It's a summer evening, so I want a nice light. Look at that. Look at all these resources, eh? If this were a city in civilization, we'd be able to export that wine and make millions. But it's not, so we won't. Search the vineyard. 4 clues. Give another handy map marker, please. Or compass marker. Aha, suspicious sack. Yeah, bloodstained sickle. Oh my god, I'm getting all the evidence. Blow your whistle. It's a nice basic starting sort of quest, isn't it? I wonder how many of the other quests are kind of
It looks like Fariel was
story based and a little bit more
This blood
in
must
depth
be
than
the
just go and
attackers.
kill wolves, bring me their pelts.
Blood on the blade. She must have used it to defend herself. Then the attacker hid it. This blood could be the key.
Can we use the blood on the sickle to find out who the killer is?
I intend to, yes. I'm a fair hand at alchemy. You'd be surprised how useful it can be in my line of work. I've caught more killers with flasks and alembics than I have with any sword. My husband used to say Sorry.
Is he dead? Did he die?
I suppose it's past time I told you. The ghost murdered 17 people before we caught him. His last victim was my husband.
So it's personal. You're off the
Fariel's
case.
wife
Unprofessional.
committed suicide when she
You know
heard
you
the
have a
news.
personal investment.
They were having an affair, you see. It was a difficult time.
Ah. It's a string of misfortune.
It's fine, I just... Now you see why we needed a neutral party. Enough.
Understood,
Let's get
understood.
back on task. I'd like you to search Halamorian's villa.
Okay.
It's just southwest of here. He was unpopular. If we can find out why, we might be able to establish motive.
Good. Let's go to the villa. Hopefully there will be... Ooh, that's a lovely villa. Imagine living here. You like wake up every morning and think, am I in a dream? That's a very big mountain. This is Halamorian's villa. I wonder if there will be baddies in here. Hard to imagine anything threatening in this place. Maybe he was a necromancer or a dirty killer of people. Hello, sorry to interrupt. I'm just an investigator, an admin. Appear that the little white triangle is up at the stairs. I'll go and have a look up there then. Talk to any of these people.
My woes seem infinite.
Who the hell are you? We live with this Halamorian, so... Suraval Tarnamir, I understand that you received a formal complaint from the Wood Elf community regarding my associations with one of their number, a handsome Wood Elf maid named Farrell. Please believe me when I say that this entire matter is a tragic misunderstanding, and wildly out of proportion by their lack of education and inherent brutish bias. I assure you I've treated the Wood Elves with all the respect they deserve. I've never laid a hand on Farrell. Even so, it is our burden to make our new guest feel as welcome as possible. Therefore, in order to address any lingering concerns, I have dismissed Farrell from her indenture. I sent her to one of my local competitors, another tenant of yours, I believe, with a ringing endorsement. I hear she has found comfortable employment there and is quite pleased with this outcome. As an additional gesture of goodwill, I will send a gift to my new Wood Elf. As you well know, our labours rely on tight communal bonds of fraternity and love. I hope the steps I've taken will be sufficient. Harmoniously yours, Hal. Okay. To Lorne. So somebody was not happy about his affair with the Farrell girl, and now Farrell has died. Something, we are missing some piece of information here.
Sorry, I don't mean to be checking up on you. I just think better when I walk. And the blood is still simmering in the alembic. It will be some time before I have the results. Did you find anything of use in Halamorian's villa?
Found this letter. He was a dirty abuser.
From what I hear, the accusations are almost certainly
Where'd you get
true.
that?
So, Halamorian was making unwanted advances. Of course. The original ghost murder spree started with a high elf farmer who took liberties with his Bosmer laborers. We never published the details of that investigation. It can't be a coincidence. This new ghost must be someone in the know. Someone close.
I bet it's not even a wood elf. I think it's a high elf.
None that I'm keen to share, not yet anyway. For now, let's go with what we know. The wood elves have motive. Soraville went down to the cottage east of here to look around. Meet him there, and see if you can shake anything loose. I have to think.
You have a good old think. I'll go down and see more of this lovely environment that someone spent a long time creating. It's very beautiful. Might have a little walk. Just having a walk in the woods. Some of the armor looked great. I would really like some of the good high elf armor that some of the guards were wearing. Very cool. I don't like this character. Completely random. And he's going to be white. Just have a look at the map. Summerset Isles. Cloudrest Dock. So is this the main continent here? It's off on the... Is it in the southwest, isn't it? Hi dude, can I have a look at your armour? I really want some of that. How can I get your armour? Where do you buy your armour? Tell me. I just have this crap on. A blue flame, that's magic. Fear it. Fear it. Did she say he went down here to have a think? Well, this is all, it's interesting.
It would bring me no joy to
Feelings.
unleash our revelators on your new home, but I'll have to unless you let us take a look around.
Fine, but just one of you, your partner. Do your work, then leave us in peace.
One, then. I'll be sure to report your compliance to the divine prosecution.
Like we have a choice in the matter. Come, join me for a meal. Meat's fresh enough.
Delightful.
We don't get on with these Bosmer. Why are the Bosmer here then? That's the question. Soraval.
I suppose I'll stay here to break bread with the chief while you have a look around. Not the way I wanted things to go, but we will simply have to adapt.
One mentioned that some aspects of this case remind her of your first encounter with the ghost.
Ah, yes. I hadn't even thought of that. A corrupt high elf merchant and an abused wood elf girl. There are certainly similarities.
I don't find that suspicious.
I find everything suspicious. Whoever this killer is, they've obviously acquainted themselves with the ghost's history and methods. We kept most of those details secret, but unscrupulous revelators routinely sell those details to enthusiasts.
What do you make of all this?
Honestly, I think this is the work of a deranged and obsessive mind. One of these wood elves read about the ghost of the green, saw an opportunity for cultural glory, for immortality, and seized it. Even so, Lorne and I have to be sure.
I just try to think what it could be. What exactly should I be? It's good. I mean, if the story does that and makes you think, you know, and has you guessing, what exactly should I be looking for in this Bosma house here?
Anything at all that could link this clan, or one of its members, to the murders of Halamorian or Fariel. None of these wood elves held Halamorian in high regard. We just need to find out if that enmity led to murder.
Have any advice?
Operate under the assumption that the killer was here, or still could be. Question everything you see and hear, and look out for any overt or subtle references to the ghost of the green.
Let's do this line of dialogue about a husband and wife.
I must admit, I'm surprised. Lorne never talks about that ordeal. Certainly not with me, anyway.
Tarnamir said you two drifted apart after you caught the first ghost of the green.
My. Are you an adminin or a confessor?
Bit of both, really.
Tarnamir is quite right. After all that happened, we had a difficult time getting back into a routine. I tried to keep things professional, healthy, but she was just lost. She never fully recovered.
What brought you back together?
Tarnamir. When the ghost of the green returned, Tarnamir naturally called on the two people best suited to catch him. It was awkward at first, but we've managed. I suppose I have you to thank for that. In part, at least.
Still think
Not
about what
regularly,
happened.
No. We High Elves have acute memories, but I find that if you stay busy enough, you don't have time to reminisce. So much the better.
Well, it's certainly not what I expected from the first quest that I've kind of stumbled across, which is nothing to do with combat and just to do with character and story. That's interesting, isn't it? So what do I have to do now? Just have to go in this house and have a look around, I think. Okay, we're an hour in, so I'll just see if anyone has any comments or anything to say in chat. If anyone is actually around. Oh, Stephanie's here. It's nice to see. Stephanie's... Oh, you must stop doing this super chat. I really appreciate it, but honestly, I'm not doing this for money, Steph. I really appreciate it, though. Hi, Dante Manis. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that I'm enjoying the most, just seeing some of this stuff that's never been created before in kind of a high-res, modern game setting. I think that's awesome. Yeah, get to it, Mick. It's good so far, very story-based and nice. I mean, it's beautiful to look at. I think the interesting thing, the thing that's intriguing me is something that I can't really go into with this beta access and streaming it, in that what's the main storyline and so on, and where is the danger in this setting? So, because it's basically a paradise, isn't it? So where's the source of strife? And in this main bit, there's no real enemies or mobs or anything wandering around, so it's interesting. So thank you guys for watching. If anyone, I'll hang around for a little while. I'll just like a few minutes, just if anyone has anything to say. This is my way of doing this whole streaming thing, where I generally just play and then drop back in to chat to people. Right, I'll be back in a second.
Lulu.